How do you communicate effectively with a neurodivergent employee? Hi, I'm Brett, the Audi boss. I have over 10 years of experience being a people manager with leadership training, and I'm also neurodivergent. I have autism and ADHD, Audi, and on this channel, I work hard to help neurodivergents in the workplace and, if possible, help neurodivergents rise up into leadership positions. So how do we best communicate with neurodivergents at work? I think what most people get wrong about good communication for neurodivergents is that it has to be special, it has to be unique, or it has to be something more than it is for somebody else. Good communication for a neurodivergent is good for everybody. It's good for the whole team. It's good for the whole company. Anytime at work you're making gains to communicate clearly and concisely for a neurodivergent employee, everybody benefits from it. So some of the key things to think about. Give them a clear deadline, but a deadline that works for them. We need to have a clear deadline, but we need to have it be a reasonable deadline, not an unreasonable deadline. Be clear about the boundaries of the task or the project or whatever it is. We can hyper-focus, or we can get lost into a special interest, or we can get lost in something else. Keep those sort of boundaries in place for us so we know how to stay in line. But check in respectfully. Check in a way that just says, do you need anything? How's it going? What can I do to support you? Use questions like, how can I help you to be successful? Or what do you need to be successful for this job, for this project, for this situation? How can I support you? Give as much context as you can for the task, for the job, for whatever the thing is that you're trying to communicate with. Be a thought partner. The best thing in terms of communication with a neurodivergent is don't just deliver. Heaven help us if we have to be at a conference or something and it's just stand and deliver the whole time, because that gets dreadfully boring dreadfully fast. It has to be engaging. It has to be, especially for the ADHD side of us, we need to be challenged. We need to be engaged. We need to be involved. And if it's just stand and deliver, we're going to forget. We're going to get distracted at different things. Ask or find out if we need this followed up in writing. Having things in writing in particular helps us to understand where the boundaries are, or specifically outlines what the tasks are. If the ask itself can be clearly communicated and we fully understand what everything is inside of that, it's going to go a lot further for us than keeping things too open-ended. But we want a little bit of open-endedness so that we can stay creative and have autonomy and be able to do what we do best. And that's the key thing. Communicating with a neurodivergent is letting them have the space to do what they do best. If you see their neurodivergence as a strength and you can see them for the work that they do and how good it is that they do it, help find a way in the communication to let them do what they do best and then be there to support them or what they need for support so that they can do all the things that they need to do. So it's just really good, clear communication and consistent communication, lots of context. That truly is the best way to communicate with a neurodivergent. There's many more, but those are some of the highlights.